Hi, hope everything's going well with everyone today. If you've been watching these videos, any of these videos over all these years, and if you've gone to my leadership blog, you realize I talk often about what leaders need to do in working with employees and how to try to get them so that they are motivated, so that they have all the tools that they need, and all that other kind of stuff. Well, one thing I've not ever really talked about here that I'm going to talk about today is how to come up with the criteria so that if you have to hire or even evaluate your employees, you already know what you're looking for. And I have this. I call it the Mitchell Management Evaluation Module. And I created this many years ago. And I've sold a few, but I haven't sold as many. And I really haven't put it out there all that much. And I'm going to do that in 2017. So what this is it is criteria. It's 46 different criteria in here that people can use, employers should use or could use in determining exactly what they want from candidates when they're doing interviews and to determine exactly what they want to ask when they're doing employee evaluations and things like that. It can be used mainly, and when I created it, I meant it mainly for people who are being hired for leadership positions, but it can actually be used for everybody if that's really what you want to do. And I came up with 3 basic criteria: professional skills, and then social skills, and then the extras. And the reason I did that is because I know a lot of people who have wonderful credentials as far as doing work and as far as being a supervisor who don't have college degrees, who can't move any further because a company is looking for someone with a college degree. The reason most of them do that, well, that's actually 2 reasons. One is to basically eliminate a whole lot of people from applying who don't have that degree, so it drops the pool. But in some cases, they're doing that because they feel that if they're an elite company, if they're talking to their clients, they have to let their clients know what the bona fides are for everybody. So, if you've ever seen this show Suits, which I haven't seen in a bunch of years, but one of the things that they claim is that all their lawyers have a law degree from, I think, Harvard or Princeton. I can't remember exactly which one of those. And that is their selling point to everyone. Well, we've got this. Doesn't matter that they could have gone to Syracuse University Law School, which Joe Biden went to, by the way. Just to throw that out there. Doesn't mean that they couldn't have got it at Dartmouth or New York City College. There's places all over this country that have wonderful law programs, but that was what they felt they needed. And a lot of the clerks that they hired and everything else were people who also had law degrees and all these other kind of things, where sometimes you need someone who's actually done the work. Sometimes you need someone who maybe they're technically good, but emotionally they're not good. They're not good in talking with other people. If you're looking for a leader, you want someone who can communicate with others. If all you're getting is someone technical, you've got bad leadership. I've talked often about bad leaders. So that's why I put this together. And I have it set up where you can order this, mail order, or you can download it and print it off yourself and put it in your own manual. But I thought this was kind of cool. So I talk about the initial evaluations. And what in essence, you do is I have 46 overall criteria. So you go through the criteria, and first you determine everything that you want. Then you cut it down to 10. Because, you don't want to be sitting there overwhelming yourself. And then out of those 10, you create questions that you want to ask someone specifically about these 10 criteria. Now, you can go 5 or lower if you want to, but you have now set up the criteria, so you're not going into an interview cold. And it just might help you to decide who the real person is that you want, not someone whose credentials look all high and you're trying to figure things out as to, well, maybe I should hire this person because they have the best credentials, where they just might not have the demeanor your company needs. I mean, if you actually believe in customer service, you do not want a stentorian in there or martinet. You don't want those types of people. You want someone who can encourage their employees to be courteous to the customer. And if you're looking at companies like, well, okay, let's look at Google or Microsoft or whatever. They are pretty open. They try to encourage their employees to kind of have fun while they're there. Well, you don't want to hire a manager who that just doesn't fit. You need someone who's going to fit the qualifications and the mindset of the rest of the company. So that's one thing. It also gives you that chance where if you want people who say you're big in the community, well, you want to try to hire someone who has that as, if it's not an immediate goal, will be something that they know is coming in. So it works well for them as well. And then when you're evaluating your own employees that you already have, the same thing. You go through the criteria and you put these down. And I create sheets, by the way. So there are, I'll say worksheets or whatever. So there's like an example of one of the sheets that you can start with. And example of another sheet. So you see, you put the whole thing together. This now gives you a little bit more insight into exactly what you want. Instead of just throwing something out there and then having to deal with the type of people who are going to apply. You can even put this in your ad if you decide these are the criteria you want. Because I'm telling you the truth, I see the exact same things written all the time. It's just like there's a boilerplate or template out there that everyone puts the exact same thing down. And if you put the exact same thing down, you never really learn anything about the people who you're hoping will come in and work with you. So anyway, like I said, that's the Mitchell Management Evaluation Module. Hey, I'm Mitchell. It's my evaluation module. So there you go. Anyway, if you have any questions, I'm going to put a link up here that will take you to this. You can look down below where there's my email address and other things if you want to talk about it. And at some point, I'm going to offer the opportunity for either doing a class online or maybe creating a class that people can download so they can learn how to actually use it. But I think that this is worthwhile. People want to work with those who really fit their culture. This is a great way to find that out. Anyway, I'm Mitch Mitchell. I hope you have a wonderful week.